In the name of the Father, and of His Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. So this coming week is we're looking at February 6th to February 12th. And first I'll start off with February 8th, Tuesday, is the traditional feast of St. John of Matha, which a little bit more significant for us at our parish is that he's the founder of an order entitled the Order of the Most Holy Trinity for the Redemption of Captives, one of the corporal works of mercy. And of course, since his title is after the Holy Trinity, it seems especially good to know a little bit about him. Thursday is the feast of February 10th, the feast of Saint Scholastica, who was the twin sister of Saint Benedict. And there's a wonderful story about the last time Saint Scholastica and Saint Benedict got together, and it's written by Saint Gregory the Great in one of his books, the second book of Dialogues. And he tells, I'll just read a little part of it. He tells how each year they would come together and meet. They were both lived in religious, separately in religious life, and they would get together in a little home that was outside the monastery of Saint Benedict. And this, as the night went on, this particular meeting, Saint Scholastica encouraged Saint Benedict and said, "Why don't we just continue to talk in our holy conversation for the whole night?" And he said, "No, I can't do that, and I would be violating my own rule." And he was actually, a couple of the other monks were there with him. So maybe she had some type of inspiration. This would be their last meeting, but in any event, she decided to fold her hands in prayer, and then and suddenly there was bolts of thunder and lightning, and the heavens opened and began to pour rain, and Saint Benedict the brother, recognized what was going on and said to Saint Scholastica, "God forgive you, sister. What have you done?" And Scholastica replied, "When I appealed to you, you would not listen to me, so I turned to my God, and he heard my prayer. Leave now if you can. Leave me here and go back to your monastery." This, of course, he could not do, so they remained there for the rest of the night, speaking about thinking about heavenly things. And the next morning, both Saint Scholastica and then Saint Benedict and the other monks returned to their monasteries. 3 days later, Saint Benedict was looking out his room and looking up toward the sky, and he beheld a vision of his sister's soul leaving her body and entering the heavenly court in the form of a dove. And so, and Saint Scholastica and Saint Benedict are buried in the same tomb in Monte Cassino, Italy. So that's on her feast is on Thursday. Friday is the feast of Our Lady of Lourdes, and of course, one beautiful way that one could observe the feast, if you don't live in France or are planning to go to France next week, is to go to the Grotto of Our Lady of Lourdes in Emmitsburg, Maryland, not too far from here, and which is really just above Mount St. Mary's Seminary. So it's a wonderful way to observe the feast of Our Lady of Lourdes. There's also a very famous movie, which I have to say, I'm sad to say I've never actually seen, but I've heard very good things about, The Song of Bernadette, 1943 film, starring Jennifer Jones, and telling the story of Our Lady of Lourdes. And she actually won the Academy Award for Best Actress in portraying Saint Bernadette. So that would be another excellent way to to celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Lourdes. Of course, some type of outdoor rosary procession would be a great way to do it as well. And certainly praying to Our Lady of Lourdes for the healing of sick family members, friends, and parishioners. Saturday is the traditional feast of the 7 holy founders of the order of Servites. And this is a unique feast, and I'll just read a little bit from the Roman Martyrology about it. The 7 holy founders of the order of Servites of the Blessed Virgin Mary, whose deaths are noted on the respective days. as one spirit of true fraternal love united them in life, and as the people joined them together in the same veneration after death, Pope Leo XIII placed them together in the catalog of the saints. So it's a very unique feast day in that all 7 men who founded this new religious order, even though they had died in different days and years, were canonized together by Leo XIII and assigned a common feast day to celebrate this holy order and really the founders of the order. So it's a kind of a unique feast day where those 7 saints are honored on the very same day. So hopefully these are a few little ideas for you to observe the coming liturgical week, and that it'll be a blessing to you and your families. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.